What are you thinking about it?
I think that it needs to happen. We kind of talked about it earlier, or not earlier, but like earlier on in the podcast, earlier on in the year, how look, these are pro athletes. These are guys that are racing in high intensity environments. You don't want to restrict them and make them feel like they can't be themselves or they can't express their true emotions, their true expressions, right? And you also don't want drivers walking around on, on their tippy toes trying to not curse and not like it's just it's kind of crazy. Like, not to cross reference, but the NFL doesn't, like, other than if you're cussing at like press conferences and stuff like that, like, yeah, that's one thing. But be cursing on the radio calls and all those different things, like, yeah, like that high intensity, you're driving upwards of 200 plus miles an hour, like,
which so far, by the way, everything seems to have been pretty discretionary.
Right.
I think contextually speaking,
we haven't heard of anything.
Nobody's actually had this penalty enforced, at least in Formula One, but the World Rallying Championships have actually seen a couple of these handed down, enough so that the entire sport, if I'm not mistaken, took a big stand against doing press until these rules were reconsidered or changed, or they came to some level of agreement with their stewardship. And I'm not entirely versed on this. If you know more about it, TLPs, feel free to please just drop it down in the comments below. Give us some more information, educate us. But I know there was a big hubbub about it in the World Rallying Championships. A lot of the drivers in Formula One, already the likes of a Max Verstappen, don't feel like they can already speak their minds anyway.
Right.
There are already limitations when it comes to, handling sponsors, stuff like that, trying to be a semi-political with how you say things. But on top of that, when asked for their genuine criticisms, they don't feel like they can express themselves fluently or fully, excuse me.